Good morning and welcome to the wonderful world of Des Moines. Now just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hi.
Hello.
Tonight, I'm going to answer a question that I've been getting a lot lately, which is, how did we deal with puberty? I don't have a whole lot to say on that subject because honestly, I don't even remember puberty, and I don't think Craig really had any issues with it, and we didn't have any issues with Craig. I know there are a lot of scary stories out there about people with autism going through puberty, and I'm sure that they're true, but it wasn't true for us. We didn't experience any of those things.
No, I mean, of course, Craig went through puberty.
Right.
His body changed. And
Right.
But he didn't have the questions. He wasn't driven sexually.
Right.
And that's what, I think a lot of those kids, they discover sexuality, and that's where issues can arise because they don't see the world the same way as anybody else.
Right.
What's appropriate, what's not appropriate. And
I think
like
that's a good point.
But Craig didn't have any issues with that and everything.
And Craig's never shown any interest in the opposite sex. I mean, I know on a couple of videos he said, when I asked him if he had a crush, he said Carly Simon, but I think some of those things and Carly he said Simon. That he liked the one girl on Total Drama Island because she was hot. But I think those are probably things that Craig has heard in reviews and repeated, because he's totally never shown any interest in having a girlfriend, never talked about it.
No.
So if he is, it's a big surprise to us. I just don't think sexuality is a big part of Craig. Like, I don't.
Yeah, and at 30 years old, that pretty much proves it's not going to.
Right. We would have thought by now we would have seen, or he would have said something. So for us, it wasn't an issue. And I guess what you can take away from this is if you're really worried about puberty, it doesn't happen to every autistic person. Like, they don't have a problem. Not every autistic person is going to have a problem with it. Some will. And maybe people in the comments will drop some suggestions on how they dealt with it. But we didn't have any issues with it. I remember being worried about it, though, because you heard so much about, okay, well, when it gets to puberty, things are going to change or it's going to get harder, but it just didn't for us.
Yeah, he had no questions about his body changing or anything like that.
So that's all we have to say on that question.
Yep.
And another question I've been getting is, does Craig swear? Craig doesn't swear very often. I feel like when he does, it's like to make his final point. Like the day when Adventureland was closed when we got there, Joe just told Craig, just get it all out. Just tell us right now how you're feeling.
And as he went across the last part of the parking lot, he was prancing up and down and just it looked like Chevy Chase, in Christmas Vacation. The only thing missing was, where's the Tylenol?
It truly was like that episode of Wally World.
Yeah.
But at the end of the rant, he let out a swear word, which I can't really remember what it was. It wasn't like a terrible one, but it was definitely a swear word. And I feel like that was just like the final point, like to show how angry that he was.
It has something to do with donkeys.
Okay.
Or Johnny Knoxville. How about that? Does anybody get that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what that one was. But he has used...
He has used the Queen Mother of swear words a couple of times.
Yeah, he's done it.
And then he knows, instantly, he knows that he shouldn't have said it. But I think he wanted to say it, so he did. Yeah. But we don't hear that unless it's like a really big meltdown. And it's usually just one swear word and just a whole lot of ranting about what happened and about things that have happened 10 years ago.
None of it happened till what you'd say is he was a grown man.
Right.
When he was a child, in the teenage years, early 20s, never.
Yeah, I keep trying to think of, I just don't remember him having meltdowns.
And lots of the other kids, that he was going to day have with and even through, school integration, he would have been around a lot of swear words.
Oh, yes. I remember other mothers telling me that students during lunch break in high school, you have some time, and they were out there with their associate, and that there were kids that thought it was funny to teach the kids with special needs swear words. But we never heard any of that.
Craig never brought any of it home with him.
He never talked, and his associates never talked about that. So we were blessed in that way, that it really wasn't, it's a non-issue for us so far. And I guess the last thing we want to talk about is, I know in our last video together, we talked about how we first met. And a lot of people
said we wanted to talk about it.
And a lot of people want to know the whole story.
So after I got out of the penitentiary.
That is funny.
She had been riding me forever.
Right. We did write each other letters So after we met in study hall, Joe actually went to high school, and I was in, well, they call it middle school now, but it was junior high back then for another year. So basically we didn't even see each other. And when we got to know each other again was when I worked at Pizza Hut.
In high school.
I'm trying to think of what year, if I was in 11th grade or 10th grade. But anyway, it was during that time that Joe started coming in with my first cousin, Roger, and
a lot of friends.
And other friends.
Big groups.
Oh, yeah. But Roger and I had always been pretty close as cousins, as cousins go. And so we hung out together some. Then Joe was a part of that group, and actually my sister, and there was just a lot of us. We'd end up meeting at the bowling alley on the weekends or in the parking lot by Pizza Hut, because at that time Pizza Hut stayed open until they weren't busy anymore on the weekends. And on race nights, sometimes that was 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, when they were in Iowa, liquor places, you can't be open. If you're selling liquor, you can't be open past 2. And then they sold beer, of course, at the Pizza Hut.
Mm-hmm.
So
Pizza Hut was a happening place.
2
back
o'clock
then.
was their limit. They had to shut down.
Mm-hmm. So we would all meet out in the parking lot by Hy-Vee and hang out, and we got to know each other. And I felt like we always gravitated towards each other. And Joe was always funny, as you can see. So we hung out a lot as friends, and we even went out on what some people would call dates, but it was platonic. But we went out to eat a few times.
He was just a young, nice gentleman.
And one time he had this really cool little convertible.
It was a Triumph TR7. Anybody remember the commercials? The Wedge.
And so it was like probably 2 a.m. after work, and he was going to give me a ride in it, and we were going to meet everyone else somewhere. I don't remember, but the car wouldn't start.
It failed.
And everyone, of course, thought that was hilarious.
Shortly afterwards, I found out that the car I'd spent quite a bit of money on had some serious electrical issues, and I think I had it in a shop, one of the European shops up here in Des Moines. We lived in Knoxville at the time. They had it for almost 3 months, and that was quite the blow to a young man that's got himself a cool car.
I'm just honestly trying to remember if I ever did get a ride in that car.
Yeah, I think you did.
I think maybe after that. But after high school, Joe got a job right away out of high school working at 3M, which was a pretty big deal in Knoxville. It was a great place to work.
Yep.
And I went on to Kirksville, Missouri to college because my sister was there, and I thought that sounded like fun. I didn't have a lot of a plan. I was supposed to be going to be a dietitian because that's what my mom told me to do. But it turns out that I really suck at chemistry, so I had to give up that dream fast because it took 2 more years of chemistry that were more advanced than the one that I barely passed because the professor liked me. So after Kirksville, I decided to be a nanny for 6 months. So I went and lived in Connecticut with a family. So basically Joe's in one place and I'm in the other for quite a while, but we still wrote each other letters all the time. I went to Bible college then. It was called Bible college back then. Now it's Christian college. I went to first I went to Ozark Christian College, and then I went to Central Christian College of the Bible in Moberly, Missouri. And we actually got together the summer after my first year at Ozark because Joe was going to date someone else. And all that time we had hung out, and I know we both thought about it, but it's kind of hard to make the jump from friendship to being more than friends, because what's going to happen to your friendship if that doesn't work out? So we both held off for a long time, and I think the time was just finally right, and I didn't want him to go out with that other girl. So
I said, okay.
So we finally communicated. Like, we never really communicated about whether or not we were going to be boyfriend and girlfriend, but I think we just both knew. We wrote, I don't know how many years we wrote letters to each other, and I still have all those letters.
Yeah,
that was before text messages. All of our friends
knew way before we would
yeah,
admit it.
Everyone knew.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Whenever we were somewhere together, we were always beside each other.
Yeah.
And
a lot of times, I believe they pushed us towards each other.
I don't know.
They would circle the wagons, and then the ends of the wagons. Oh, well, now there's 2 seats. Joe and Nancy, you can sit over on that side. And I'd go, okay.
Joe's pretending to be cool, but he used to call me all the time. And buy me jewelry before we were actually dating. So
man, I had a lot of money back then.
Yeah.
My dad said I had more money than sense. And I did. I had more dollars than joked around a lot. But there's a lot more to it than that. When Nancy mentioned that we did a lot of writing, and we did. We had a long-term romance for quite some time. I don't know how long it was before, because you came home.
4 years probably.
Well,
I mean,
on and off, yeah. But we wrote that whole time, and that's kind of a lost art now, and I was not good at it to begin with either. But I would spend a lot of time waiting for that letter to come back. And then it wasn't like I read it and then I responded in a couple days. I sat down right away and had to start writing. And sometimes it would take me 2 days to get it exactly how I wanted. And sometimes our letters were 4 or 5 pages long.
Oh yeah.
Both sides of a piece of paper. And for a left-handed guy, that's quite a little bit of writing and everything. I had to have a dictionary because English was never really my forte. Spelling especially. So, and I didn't want, any of that to appear stupid. But I went to like local bookstores, found little stickers that I could put on the letters and everything. And I was a young man at the time. That's a young man that is very, very smitten, that does things like that. And I was. I mean, I knew from the get-go that Nancy was the girl I was going to marry. I was just so introverted at relationships that it took me a long time to get that. I mean, each part of what goes fast nowadays didn't go fast for me. And I suppose, like, that come across as very gentlemanly, and I didn't want to be a jerk or anything either, but that's just kind of how it was. Things I remember one time it was cold when we were out standing and everybody was standing around talking and everything, and it took me about a half an hour. Nancy was, I could see hands up and everything, but nobody was leaving because everybody was talking and laughing and everything. So I took off a leather jacket that I had bought like about 2 weeks before that, and I handed it over to her, and she put it on. And so we were out talking for another, I don't know, maybe an hour, and everybody went to leave and everything. Well, Joe doesn't have his leather jacket on. Joe knew entirely that Nancy had that jacket. I did not once ask for that jacket back and everything. I was seeing if she would wear it home, and she did. And your mom the next
you
morning,
know what that smell
what is that
was?
smell in the house from a brand new leather jacket? You know, everybody knows.
We never had leather in our house.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I've got a lot of stories like that, of things that drew us closer, and affirmed that her feelings were the same that I already knew I had feelings. So I'm trying to think. I had another one, but it slipped out of my 60-year-old mind.
I think we just both knew that we knew deep down we belonged together, but it was just hard getting there. It's just hard crossing over that line, and both of us were really introverts in that way.
Yep.
And I was going to Bible college.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to marry a minister. I would have been a disaster. I would not make a good preacher's wife. That's hard work.
Too much smiling.
Too much. You have to be very hospitable, I feel like, all the time. You used to be.
Keep turning your cheek because, anybody within churches knows that,
you have to take a lot of criticism and you're
people
under
in
a lot of
churches
scrutiny.
are not perfect.
Yep. Yeah. But anyway, that's not where I ended up. We finally decided to give it a try, and like after the first date, we just knew.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was home on break from college, and so that's like 3 months, and we knew before I went back to college that.
Yeah, you were already trying to figure out how you could get to a closer college.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I changed colleges. So
Joplin to Moberly was about a 3-hour closer commute.
Oh yeah, it took 8 hours.
Maybe longer, maybe 5.
At that time, it's probably faster now, but it would take my parents 8 hours to drive me either way. Bless their hearts. My mom would drive all the way to Joplin.
No GPS, no Google Maps.
And my mom was a nervous driver.
Yep.
And she would drive all the way there by herself to get me. And my dad would drive me back I'd sleep in the back of his pickup, which was very rude now I realize, but he'd drive me back to college. I had wonderful parents, really. But so I moved closer because Moberly is only like 3 hours away.
About 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and then.
And they still wouldn't pick you up.
Oh, yeah. Well, then they end up letting me have their station wagon because they got tired of having to come and get me, or else I would have to get a ride with someone else that was going that way.
Yeah.
So that is how we met and got together. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure there's a lot more funny stories in there along the way because that was a long span of time. But marrying your best friend,
it's the easiest thing for a longevity relationship. Mm-hmm. Not long in distance, but sticking it out.
Yeah, we already knew we liked each other before we became a couple.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So that is that's the end of that story. Well, that part of the story anyway. Yep. And thanks for listening. We have a lot of fun memories. And with that, we'll go on to the rest of the video. And today we opened some packages. We got some really great things in the mail today. And Craig and I and Joe had a good time making dinner tonight. We made a recipe that my mom used to make all the time, especially in the spring when there were new potatoes. We made new potatoes with bacon. And that was a lot of fun and very delicious. So with that, we'll go on to the rest of the video, and we will see you tomorrow.
New shirt, girl, grandpa.
How do you feel about this rainy day, Craig?
Man, it's raining out there.
It is. It's really dark out there, too. I don't know if you can tell with this video. How's your head feeling today?
Feeling fine. Maybe not.
You have a headache?
Yeah.
Maybe we should get some medicine.
Right.
Yeah, I woke up with a headache, too. This weather usually does that to me. All right, we should find some medicine, okay?
Okay.
It's looking pretty bleak out there. Luckily, we got to play with the girls for a while this morning on the deck before the rain started. Right. What are you having for lunch today, Craig?
Chicken strips with secret sauce.
They're like very small chicken strips. We got the secret sauce yesterday at the Amish store. What do you think of the secret sauce?
Tastes good. Secrety.
Secrety.
So you can't talk about it, otherwise it won't be a secret.
What Craig chose yesterday at the Amish store. This is what he wanted to try. Even though they say they're hot. It's scorching hot, it says. Are they scorching hot, Craig?
Yeah.
Well, they don't seem to be. I'll try one.
I want to try one too, but not a little spicy.
Craig likes spicy foods. You're just like Dad used to be, and Bennett is now. We are also going to try these lime pickles, which I haven't had for many years, but I remember them being really good. Craig's not sure what to think about green pickles, right? Okay, Craig, he's trying the green pickle. No, you don't like them?
No. I don't like them.
I actually like them. They taste just like I remembered. But apparently Craig's not, he's not a lover of the lime pickles. It's time to check the mail and to send some thank you cards. All right, here's the keys, buddy.
Which one?
35202.
Huh? Hey, it's a letter.
Oh, nice. Let me see what it is.
36.
That's not for us. We'll give
What
that.
a rip-off.
I'll give him that at the counter.
What a rip-off.
It's like, can you get it all out? All right. Thought we'd just have a look at Marshall's today and see what they have. Marshall's have been doing, well, they are doing some remodeling. It smells new in here. I can see where they moved some stuff. I decided that I want to try this between my washing machine. This is fuzzy. Okay. I decided I wanted to try this between my washing machine and the wall, because the only storage in our laundry room is very high. Like, they put a cupboard in, but it's really up high. And I can't reach anything. I always have to have someone come and get it for me. So I'm going to see how this works. We'll see if Joe thinks I'm crazy for buying this or not. I like this a lot. And I also like the love. This one, I might try on my mantle. This one might go good in my bedroom. Beautiful little jars to fill with candy or something and give to someone, or to sit on the counter. I like that a lot. And it's actually glass too. I had these before, and these are so good in coffee. $5, maybe 5 or 6.
Wow.
Who is that?
Wednesday Adams of the Adams family.
That's kind of cool. On the back it says, on Wednesdays we wear black. They have some cute mugs. Look at this one.
Hello Kitty.
Yeah, that one's really cute. They have a pretty Vera Bradley cooler today for $24.99.
It's time for mail. To Craig from Eric Welch.
Yeah, here, put that in there so we don't lose it. Can you turn it around? Oh, you know what that is?
What is it?
That's Scarfy.
Oh, happy day. A scarf t-shirt.
Yeah, in memory of our little red Scarfy.
Yep.
And thank you. Who is that? Did you say that was from?
Eric Welch. Thanks, Eric.
That's very cool. That's a great idea.
And here's one called Garfield.
Yeah, you don't have any Garfield shirts. That's cool. 1978.
We're going to need more hangers.
Yes, we're going to have to get some more hangers. I have plenty. Didn't have a note in with it or anything? You sure?
Yeah, we got it.
Okay. Well, whoever sent that Garfield shirt, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We're going to have to do a fashion show at the end.
Dear Craig, I know you have a lot of Disney t-shirts, so I wanted to get you one a little unique. I hope you like it. I made sure it came with no lettuce and no tomato. Ha 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 ha. I love watching your videos. Have a great summer. Fondling, Erica from New Hampshire.
Don't forget to say thank you at the end. Oh, red. Red's your color, too.
A bacon cheeseburger.
That's so much fun.
Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, Erica, I think it was.
Thank you, Erica.
Yes, thank you. That's so fun. You definitely got him a shirt that he doesn't already have.
What's this?
I don't know. What's that song where it goes, what's this? What's this?
Jack Skellington.
Oh, yeah.
May Lee.
Oh, from
Turning
Turning
Red.
Red. Yeah. Is there a note in here? Yeah, there's a note in here. Oh, let's
Wow.
see. You gotta read that
A
note.
gift for you. Hi, Craig. We love you and your channel. I'm a musician from Nashville. Hope you enjoyed this gift. From Jim Riley. Thank you, Jim.
I wonder what kind of music Jim plays. We'll have to see if we can find out.
Wow, May Lee. Black, red. She turns to a red panda.
That's one of your favorite Disney movies, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll have to find some space over there till we get our shelves. Oh, well, there's a box of fun.
A birdhouse kit.
Oh, you can paint this birdhouse. Well, that's the perfect thing to paint for us, isn't it? You can put it outside by all of our feeders and everything.
I'm not sure how to make it.
Well, I'll help you.
Stickers.
What kind of stickers?
Disney stickers.
Oh, some more nice Disney stickers.
And a stepping stone.
Oh, these are so fun.
Jelly Belly jelly beans.
That's your favorite.
A gift for you. Enjoy your gift. Be on the lookout for another package from our family. From Courtney. Oh, thanks, Courtney.
That was really nice. And this is going to be fun to do with Craig. And Livy wants to help too. Pretty soon, when Craig's got another package to open first. And then he's gonna have to, oops.
Sorry.
That's nice. You want to look at those?
What the?
Oh, someone made us some shirts, Craig.
Oh my gosh, autism shirts.
Yeah, let's see
Seal
what
of approval.
let's see, can you turn it around? Oh, here, let's take the box first. Yeah, you want to put one on here. We'll just take one. Now, can you hold that up? Oh, well, this is awesome. Here, I've been trying to get someone to make us a logo like that. And this is better than the ones I've gotten made. I love this. This is so perfect. Let's see the shirt. Well, that looks perfect. This is from Steven. I think his name's Steven Merlin, if I'm pronouncing it right.
Thank you, Steven.
Yeah, this was so nice. This will be fun. There'll be one for everyone in the family.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Autism?
Yeah. And it's all about your channel. It has your name on it. We're going to wear those when we go to Florida. Me, you, and Dad, right?
Right.
That'll be a lot of fun. We'll have to wear that the next time we go to McDonald's or Burger King, right?
Right. Or maybe Made Right?
Or Made Right. Yeah, you're anxious to go to Made Right on 4th of July.
Yep.
There's the Garfield shirt. Have you ever had a Garfield shirt?
No.
I don't think we have. So that's awesome. And in memory of Scarfy. Gone, but not forgotten. Yes, thank you so much. And thank you to everyone. I love all the shirts Craig got, and these crafts are going to be so much fun to do. We'll do those in a video. And of course, these are Craig's all-time favorite.
Maybe you and me will make all these too?
Yeah, I'll help you. Well, that'll be fun, won't it?
Right.
No, not you. I was having some peace and quiet up here. The invasion of the granddaughters. Craig's probably got his door shut right now. Let's tell everyone what we're making for dinner tonight, Craig.
Today, we're making grilled potatoes and bacon and chicken for dinner.
Well, we're making fried potatoes and bacon, but that's
Fried
pretty
potatoes,
close. Okay, so the first thing I need you to do is to wash those potatoes. And we got these new potatoes when we were at the Amish store. They had some fresh produce there. We got this bacon when we were at the Amana Colonies at their butcher shop. So we thought, what a perfect combination. I don't know if you've ever had fried potatoes with bacon, but I had this a lot growing up. And a perfect way to turn healthy potatoes unhealthy. But we're going to do this tonight. Craig's actually never had this. And we're also going to make some chicken. And Craig's been waiting to do this all day long, right, Craig?
Yes.
He's getting impatient because we had to wait for the girls to leave. Okay, so we're trying this method of Craig cutting up the bacon, because you take the bacon and you cut it in smaller pieces. We're using a scissors. We need to try it and find a sharper scissors. He's doing pretty good at it. See if Dad can help him a little bit. There we go.
Well,
it's not, yeah. Well, I need to buy some actual kitchen shears. The ones I had got old and I just need to buy a new pair, but I just don't think of it when I'm at the store. I don't use them that much.
He's not gonna like this at all. All right.
Maybe just try one piece at a time.
Yeah.
Well, it's the fat, doesn't want it.
Yeah.
Hard. It's the
Okay.
fat.
Okay. Well, I think Dad's going to help you do that, okay? And I'll cut up the potatoes.
It's easier if you're just using a sharper knife.
Yeah.
And you can get, I think you can get thinner slices too.
Yeah. Craig's happy to see Dad taking over that task.
But it's also, if you turn it on its side like I should go.
Unfortunately, this meal's a little harder for Craig to help with, but he's hanging in there. So what we're going to do so Craig can help some is I cut up the potatoes and he's going to put them in the bowl for me. Potatoes, these little potatoes are roly-poly, and well, you think you can cut them, or are you just going to get me a new potato?
I'll pick the potatoes up.
Oh, okay, yeah. The potatoes are roly-poly, and I'm just afraid he's going to cut his finger.
Yeah.
So
Well, the little
I'll do
ones,
the
that one you
cutting.
can cut 'em.
Got Joe slicing
What
up the
does it
rest of the
look like?
potatoes. It works better with that big knife, but I'm just a little afraid of the big knife.
Well, shameless plug, but this is the knife sharpener I use. This will turn any old kitchen knife into a really sharp knife.
Chef's choice.
Yeah.
You just got that off Amazon, didn't
Yeah, I
you?
just got it off Amazon. I looked through the reviews. This one had very high rated. It's rubber grips, but I always just do it, and well, I don't want to do it now because my knife's been through here. But I just do 2 on each one of the things, and man, like if you're doing steaks, you can cut a medium rare steak. You cut right through the fat and everything with it. It's super easy.
Now the next thing is Craig is putting the bacon pieces into the frying pan. And then we're going to let this cook for a while till some of the fat from the bacon renders down, and then we add the potatoes. Otherwise it's hard to get them crispy. It's hard to get the bacon crispy if you don't let it cook for a while first. So I'm going to kind of break these up. Do you want to break some of it up, Craig?
No.
No? You want me to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel the best. It's kind of slimy, but
Well,
yeah.
just use your
Well,
spatula.
it needs to be like separated. And then I'll just turn it on like a medium-high heat. And we'll wait and see what happens. I haven't made this in a long time, so it's probably going to be some trial and error going on here. So the next thing we're going to make is we're going to cut up these 2 chicken breasts into fairly small pieces, and then we will put some seasoning on them and just a little bit of oil in the pan. And it's kind of like a stir fry, but your chicken gets a little crispy. It's really tasty and easy to do. Can you come stand by the counter? All right, so we have the chicken all cut up into some smaller pieces. And now we're going to put some of this. I got this yesterday at the Amish store. It says popcorn and french fry seasoning, but I tasted it. It's kind of like a seasoning salt like Lowry's, only I thought I liked it better. So we're just going to try that on the chicken today.
Popcorn French fry seasoning?
Yeah, we're going to use it for chicken seasoning.
Tastes delicious.
All right, Craig he approves of the seasoning salt. Do you want to see if you can sprinkle some of that on the chicken?
Nonsense.
All right, okay, I think that's enough. Okay, that stops. Okay, we'll have to mix this around really. Craig went a little heavy-handed on the seasoning salt, but I think we can still make it work. So we've got our bacon has cooked down quite a bit. So the next step is I'm going to have Craig add the potatoes on top of it. You get the potatoes and put them over it. All right. What are you quoting, Craig?
Nothing.
Craig's a little ranty. We had to wait a little bit for the girls to go home before making this, so he got a little bit wound up, but not too bad. Okay, so now we're going to put this over it, which is a splatter screen, but also acts nicely as a lid to get the potatoes to cook a little faster. And we'll just let that be for a while. Probably turn it down a little bit. And then I'm going to heat up the skillet so we can put the chicken in it.
Not only that.
I'll put that on medium heat. Craig, do you want to bring the chicken over here? Okay, and just put it in that pan. I've sprayed some olive oil in the pan. And then we're going to, can you spread this around, spread the chicken around for me, and then spray some more of the olive oil on top of it. And this is just a sprayer that I bought off Amazon that you can put I have olive oil in it. You can put any kind of oil in it. And I like to spray the pan and then actually also spray the whatever I'm cooking. If you need more oil, you can add more as you go. That's probably good, buddy. And now we're just going to brown this. We'll probably cook it up pretty low because we have to wait for the potatoes to get done too. But we're doing really good right now. Moving right along. I think we'll probably need to season these potatoes with some seasoning salt or salt and pepper.
Should I go now?
Yes, you can go to your room for a while. These are those little containers that I bought earlier at Marshall's. I just put some of the candy that we've gotten at the candy store, and one of our users sent us this. I think his name was Eric. But I think that looks really cute. Now I wish I would have bought more. Also, I put the bless sign up here, and I like it there a lot. I'm gonna have to put the love sign upstairs pretty soon. What it looks like. And here's a look at what they look like when they're done. You can make them crispier or less crispy. It's up to you. The bacon is all nice and crispy. I have to have it that way. If I made them the way that I would like, I would have probably cut up some green peppers and onions in them, but no one else here really likes that. So we just made them with the bacon this time. But I think some green pepper and onions sounds amazing. And can you hear them frying? And Craig's going to be right down in a little bit to give it a try. Oh, and here's the chicken, which I think I got a little dry. But Joe says it tastes really good, so. All right.
Okay. The first time I tasted. It's delicious. I give it 2 thumbs up on it.
Now you have to taste the chicken. What do you think of that chicken?
Tastes delicious, Mama.
Oh, good. I didn't know by the face you were making. I think it's a success.
That's actually a good seat for you there, Craig. When you hear those cats, you can just let them right up.
Grandma Gruber would be excited that you're trying potatoes and bacon like that. When Grandma Gruber was still alive, you weren't trying very many things at all.
It's just so-so.
That's not what you said a minute ago.
I don't even remember what I said. I was in like a euphoric rush.
You said there is nothing like that.
No, there isn't, man. This reminds me, it just reminds me of going to your mom and dad's.
Mm-hmm.
I bet 1 out of 3 Sundays, especially in season with new potatoes, your mom would make these. And the skillet, she had a bigger skillet than you got there. It was like the Dutch oven, I think. Mm-hmm. And it was like that thick, and it'd just be completely covered. It was amazing. Everything was always cooked every time. Mm-hmm. No hard potatoes or anything. And man, bacon's like my number 1, so.
One of our viewers wants to know, have you watched any of the Planet of the Apes movies?
No, I don't.
You haven't watched any of them?
Nope.
Okay. One of our viewers would like to know, do you know that there's a remake of Tiny Toons coming out?
Yes, and it's coming this fall.
Is it going to be out on the theaters, or is that a show on TV?
Max.
On HBO Max?
Yeah, it used to be HBO Max. Now it becomes Max.
Mm-hmm. Do you know anything about the new show?
Yeah, there'll be Luniversity.
Oh.
Did they make a comeback?
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
That sounds like a show you're going to like watching.
Yeah.
Is it going to be the same voice actors and everything?
No, Buster's, they have new voice actors.
Oh. Is there going to be any new characters?
Yeah. The cool cat counterpart one.
Well, that's pretty exciting. Something to look forward to. You said in the fall or in September?
In September, I guess.
So what did you hear about the shakes for Grimace's birthday?
I meant to say they were poisonous. There are deaths across the nation.
There's deaths across the nation from the Grimace shakes?
Yeah.
I have not heard that.
During Grimace's birthday?
Uh-huh. Wow. You think it's funny. So is this like a YouTube poop or something? Yeah.
The Grimace shakes was all a joke on TikTok?
Yeah, I think it's just a joke. Craig's having a hard time coming to terms with this. Darn TikTok people.
It wasn't the shake's fault, then whose fault is it?
It was Bernie's.
What? Bernie?
Yes. Our dog started the whole thing.
What?
I'm kidding. I don't know, Craig. Somebody on TikTok just decided that would be funny, and a lot of other people thought it was funny too.
Oh.
The Grimace saga continues.
It's just a shake?
It's just a shake, Craig. It didn't kill anyone.
The escape of Marvin the Ape. It was feeding time, and when the zookeeper wasn't looking, Marvin slipped out. The zookeeper couldn't find Marvin anywhere. Neither could the police. Feeling very hungry, Marvin stopped for a bite. "Ah, the jungle fruit platter," said the waiter. "An excellent choice." There was a wonderful park nearby. Marvin loved to swing. At the museum, Marvin was delighted to find a painting done by his Uncle Harry. The movie mesmerized Marvin. Marvin fit right in at the toy store. Marvin loved the ferry. The sea spray was exhilarating. Marvin found a lot of places to climb. At the ball game, Marvin caught a pop-up foul. Marvin was perfectly content with his new life. Meanwhile, back at the zoo, it was feeding time, and while the zookeeper's head foot was turned, Helvetica dashed out. And this is Craig A. Favre saying, keep on having a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.